It's time now for a report from our traveling comedian correspondent, Tom Papa, in a segment we call, yes, a segment we call Out in America.
Thank you, Chris. On behalf of Prairie Home Companion, I'm touring this great land of ours, looking to shine a light on all the good people in America. This week, I traveled to the great state of Colorado. The snow has been falling in the mountains, turning the resort towns into early winter landscapes, and giving those down below a view of what they cannot afford. Have you ever laid on your back after 3 martinis and tried to make a snow angel, but then realized you're really rolling around on the floor of a Dunkin' Donuts? I have. That's when I met Carl. He's a security guard, and a pretty nice guy once he takes the handcuffs off. He's been working a lot of overtime as he tries to put his only daughter through college. She goes to Colorado State University at Fort Collins. He doesn't mind the extra work, and the way he sees it, if he wasn't spending the money on her education, he'd just be buying more dumb fishing poles that he'll never use. He's divorced now, but he and his wife are still friends and actually live across the street from each other. He's not sure what went wrong exactly. It just got to the point where no one would unload the dishwasher anymore. But who knows, he said. From this side of the street, she doesn't seem that bad. I might even ask her out sometime. I moved on to Denver, where the legal marijuana jokes are as deep as the snow. The forecast is cloudy with a chance of weed. The mile-high city is now just high. Have you ever visited a state that has legal marijuana and ended up feeling weird just from walking down the street? I have. Confused and very thirsty, I wandered into a Jamba Juice, where I met a woman named Jessica. Jessica from Jamba Juice. Jamba Juice Jessica. Jessica from Jamba Juice. I couldn't stop saying it. It could have been my state of mind or the altitude or simply that it's very rare that I get to use the letter J in a 3-word alliteration. To calm me down, Jessica gave me a giant green drink and told me to sit on a stool next to the window. Not only was it the best green drink I ever had, but it was the best thing I ever tasted in my entire life. Jessica really liked to talk and did it at breakneck speed. She used gestures of a younger woman, but you could see from her hands she'd been telling these stories for a while now. The only time she stopped was to reapply her dark red lipstick as if she was getting her lips ready for her next monologue. This was only one of Jessica's 4 jobs. She's also an Uber driver, a Lyft driver, and sells old Pez dispensers on eBay. It's all part of the new gig economy. No one has just one job, and that's okay. No one has just one partner, and that's okay. But sometimes it feels like it's not okay. She's really obsessed with Halloween. She didn't think it was much of a problem until this year when she found herself at a Halloween convention in Flagstaff in the middle of July. She looked down at the bag of sweaty candy corns in her hand and thought she really might be losing it. But then she realized she just really loves Halloween, and what's the harm in that? Have you ever leaned back on your stool and realized there's no backrest? And ended up hanging upside down while green drink poured all over your face? I have. After she cleaned me up, Jessica showed me pictures of her cat. This cat is the love of her life, a cute fat guy named Teddy, who won't stay inside anymore. She was worried because he hasn't come home for a few days. This made her nervous because there are a lot of coyotes in the area, and it seemed like every other day another flyer is posted on a telephone pole with a picture of someone else's lost pet. The cat knows the risks, but would rather take his chances out there than have to sit inside and stare out that window all day. She gave Teddy one of those collars with the spikes on it in hopes that the coyotes won't mess with a cat who looks like he plays in a heavy metal band. But all kidding aside, she said, I sure would hate to lose him. It might sound funny, but that chubby cat, he's my whole world. I promised her that everything would work out just fine. And for the first time in a while, Jessica from Jamba Juice went quiet. She stared out her own window and reapplied her lipstick one more time. Have you ever chewed on a stick of licorice for over an hour and then realized you actually had just eaten an entire plastic straw? I have. And that's when I knew it was time to get out of Denver. Thank you all. This has been Tom Papa, Out in America.
The amazing Tom Papa.